House styles. Welcome. Feel free to choose from the basic house styles. This will serve as a reference for your home's architectural design. Hello, ma'am. We will start first with the most famous modern style. Now, modern is usually universal from the 19th century and onwards. This is a great look. It's more on functionality, and the elegance comes from the glass and geometric shapes. However, we are in a tropical country, so I think what's been established here in the Philippines is that tropical is more of our vernacular materials and landscaping. However, it also gets to have the shapes of iconic Filipino traditional houses. But still, Filipino is not in objective style because it tends to evolve as the Philippines has mixed culture. As for the stone, we have this very great for cold places and places that are easily struck with different kinds of weather. For hot places, stone can be used as passive cooling to act as a double wall. However, you will need really strong men and equipment to carry these stone materials. For the colonial style, we're going to adapt it from America and usually the western areas. Now, the colonial style really needs a big percentage of open space to really stand out into your property. So, this might not be applicable if you are between two lots, as we will need a firewall, unless we have to close the windows for each side. Mediterranean style has been the style of the Philippines early 2000s until the 2010s. So usually this is a bit more Spanish like and very nice for resorts because the roofing exudes as well a Spanish style roofing, and everything you see that's sticking out from the wall like a roof that's in slats, that's what we call the pergola for aesthetic purposes, and also hanging of plants. Now a trellis is more of an upright standing pergola. As for the Victorian, we know this from the day and age of medieval times, where the Queen of England, as well as in Great Britain, used to have these style all over the nation for nobility as well. Now, you may show different alternatives for Victorian, such as implementing it to your local climate. A traditional modern style and Victorian style can go together, but a tropical and Victorian style might be hard to achieve. The farmhouse style is very nice in the States as well, in the countryside, but we can have this as well in our tropical climate as we have wood as vernacular material. However, this most likely suits our hillside, like in Baguio City, because it also represents a culture of American domain. Oriental style is more of our traditional Chinese, Japanese, Korean style architecture, with more emphasis to animism, Buddhism, and the roofs that ward off spirits. So this can be easily done with our Zen gardens, our temple-like structures, and really remember, site study first. Prairie is more of like the Ruby House, and its emphasis us onto the horizontal and laid back style on towards the land. It does not exude like a massive governmental kind of property. Moreover, it's more of a laid back type of residential that actually takes a lot of space into your lot because it's horizontal, so the ground and building footprint will be larger than just building an apartment. Mid-century modern is a past of modern architecture with some odd shapes. Now, mid-century modern might not be the best style for your exterior. However, it is very prevalent in houses these days for the interior style. So mid-century modern has to blend with its surroundings but still has to stick out. So better be careful of the shapes. If you will see that the client likes this, have to consider as well the surrounding buildings. The Greek revival and classical style exudes a governmental style of dominance, So if you use this in houses, you're just saying that, oh, you have a style that looks a bit more of dominance, and maybe you're a rich nobility. However, you can achieve this in residential, but it won't look like it functions. Remember, architecture is also function. So how a building looks outside makes the person understand that, oh, its function might be a government building. So this has been adapted to our Roman and Greek style buildings placed in the Americas and also in the Philippines. Art Deco is what you seem as retro. This comes with many kinds of geometric shapes as well. However, this not might be enough for the modern age where we're trying to see more of aesthetic as well as function, because this comes a little bit more of chop suey or mixed style architecture. So we better see where and when this is applicable, especially like in resorts or anywhere where the building is the emphasis of the surroundings. And finally, we're in contemporary using more glass. Other call it like minimalism, but actually, even if they say this might be cheaper because of the less curves, the materials actually make it more elegant, and most of them might be expensive, especially with the square footage and square meter area of glass. Minimalist might not always look like this, but the main thing of minimalism is the aesthetic comes from its function of not having too much and not having too plain as well. However, the best minimalism buildings might be seen in Japan because they used to have this as the interior lifestyle as well. Now, Filipinos don't really have minimalism in their lifestyle, although they want to show minimalism exteriors. So, better have a lot of storages in the interior so you can hide all of your displays that are not really displays. You know what I mean? Like the things you hoarded from parties, weddings, and events. So, these is an example of a client meeting or an option. This is a good option for roofed houses against wind and rain. You can add a little traditional accent on the balconies and the porch and use of steel trusses and Spanish style roofing. Or you could opt for a roof deck and a flat roof, which is easier to build, meaning less on building costs. You can even put a tank above. So this is customizable for phase 1, phase 2 construction or narrow subdivisions as well. Then you can show your client different styles before even starting the design. Show them references so that you will know what kind of preference they like instead of modeling everything from scratch. Once you get their preference, you can have it more detailed and narrowed down, such as the roof. Sir, which roof do you like? Usually, they're not particular about roofs, but if they are, make sure that it is with the site context and analysis. Example for gable roofing has the option for attic, and it's the best and simplest method to ward off snow and falling leaves. The hip roof is also an anti-snow and rainwater kind of shape, although it falls down on all four sides, like a pyramid. The roof deck as an option for garden and laundry is very, very prevalent in Korean apartments, and this is also nice for Filipino parties. However, you have to see that the water condition during typhoon and rain time do not seep through the slab. This is for you, madam, or if your client is a chef, always remember that the kitchen, whenever our mothers cook, they also might want to do laundry. So the layout of the kitchen is very important as to where the shape coincides with the workflow of the service access. Example, they came from outside, they came from the laundry area and want to check their cooking. Is it necessary to have a nook or just the dining connected to the kitchen? Depending on the space and the function, you can ask for the type of their preferences and then see which is best for their lifestyle, and then you can present finally. So all of these are done before even drawing or modeling. A bubble plan is enough. So this is an example of a chat with a client. Here you go, sir. And sir, please send some photo references of a house style that you like. Now he chose the two from what I sent. Okay, sir, thank you for clarifying. Kindly check if this is correct. On the first floor, we have the carport, living, kitchen, dining, dirty kitchen. Is it included? So I put a question mark. Common toilet. Does it have a bath or is it just like a powder room? Meaning to say, no shower area. Do I have a guest room on the first floor? So I just put a question mark so that the question won't be too long and he will just respond to it. Oh, let's put it in the second floor. In this case, you are making the client feel like he is designing with you, that you are not dictating all that he should just say yes to. Sir, in the second floor, most likely there will be a master bedroom with bath, so there's an option still for his approval. Master walk-in closet, master balcony, common bedrooms, are they two? Common bath, common balcony. For the roof, do you like it a roof deck or just common metal sheet roofing with no roof deck? And then he responds, and then I give, okay, sir, thank you. Here are the examples of exterior modern. Send more pictures. And for these examples, would you like to follow the color scheme, the roof, or the balcony? So we can just replicate, but based on your lot and design. Now the client responded, so parang, it's like there will be two balconies, he said, over the carport and the barbecue and drying area, right? I think a small veranda over the carport would be fine, is it? Now, since the client is already involved into the planning, he can now give his own options and now is asking recommendation from you. So you will respond. The sampayan area will be, or sampayan is like the roof, the drying area. On the roof deck will be behind the roof. So there are stairs that might protrude to the third floor. And then you will ask suddenly, now what is your proposed estimated budget? Instead of just saying, this is how much, you give an example of your past projects and then you ask him so that he has an idea and then you also have an idea of what budget you're working on. Now, this is very important because when you're designing, you're also thinking of the budget you are trying to achieve. Even if you know it's gonna go over, at least there are some areas where you can limit some design costs. Now he sends a photo. I prefer something like this, but can it be like square or rectangle? And then you just keep discussing. However, you do not brainstorm too much on Messenger. What you are getting here is more of the client's input. Notice how I am not showing any design yet of my own. Now he includes his family and they're now discussing together. I like this, I like that. Using the images you sent them and also references they might have, such as color, shape, and layout. Finally, once you start working, during the process, I take screenshots. I do not just send the render immediately. Sometimes there are clients where you think want to be involved in the process, especially for customized housing that is a direct client, not for real estate. So, show them the layout of the furniture. Would you like it this way or that way? Because we are now going to show this to the mill shop in order to carve out your fixture and your bed and your cabinet. So the simple things like this is what make architecture and design more than just drawing. It's planning and estimation. Dear architect, are you having a hard time with client communication? Don't know where to start? You and your company are known to have the highest presentation skills, not only in design, but also in talking, right? Never say you're too old or low tech. So some clients have preferences to exterior roofing kitchens. And always have a written contract and a down payment. Never ever start working for free without any agreement and show of proof, or else you're gonna get scammed. So, this is the tip. A suggestion is to first present the modern styles that are prevalent these days, and then you can go on to asking colored schemes they prefer or glass, but if they have none, then you can show references. It's not cheating because it's a research or this is the architectural programming. So no design has even started, but agreements are already being made. And then limit the number of revisions when you design. Always communicate in a way the client understands. Not everybody will understand your explanation of SPP per design, regular service, feasibility. No, 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 no. Make it sure it's in their understanding because they are the client. And then bring them to the law, but don't use too much technical terms on non technical people. So you can download this file. I have uploaded it in our Facebook page and Google Drive. Thank you so much.